and rice, Sub-1 improved plus SF lines, resource management against resistance, in dealing with rice virus, Epi-Rice, to simulate rice diseases constituted against inducible defenses as global research approach for disease resistance, Green Super Rice for Asia and Africa, multi-environment varietal testing scheme to Learning Alliance to accompany the open business model for post-harvest operations. But the most intriguing of all is Joe Rickman's 400 ex-combatant women in Burundi, where PBS, on-farm demonstration, and farmers' field schools have been conducted. His battle cry is, get technology to the target users. Quite interesting is the fact that Africa imports 40% of its rice needs. Someone at least beat the Philippines to the title of the biggest rice importer in the world. ARICA, Advanced Rice for Africa, sounds like an appropriate name, except that Ely has stopped naming breeding lines it releases. It continues, however, to track down what it releases without naming them. Every presentation mentioned partners, without whom their work would never be done. But how are partnerships pursued? Are they the bearers of altruism or the faces of aggression toward self-interest? One hopes it is the former, not the latter. In doing what they are doing, one further hopes that we, rather than me, emerges. That is what a global program envisions. Thinking globally, acting globally, and benefiting globally. Of the many annual program reviews I have participated in, this one brought the most questions, the most answers, and the most curious expectations from the audience. Quite noticeable is the active participation of young postdoctoral fellows on the way to being the next generation of rice scientists. Will the varieties developed in China under the Green Super Rice program be free to leave China so they can join other varieties meant for Africa? The Strasa seed producers, the Strasa seed production and mini-kit program for Swarna Sub-1 in India, with the